Hello, welcome to Games Gone By episode. I don't know what episode it is. This is going to be a new intro for the beginning ones because we never actually made this an intro. If you listen to it, this is just a segment from Blue Rupees. Now he's just gone. I'm Adrian. The one that you see there is Redman. You got David here. No, that's Gore. This is our book club that we do on our podcast, Blue Rupees. We post this about once a month. We're going through our backlog and reposting episodes. It's too late for this right now. We're posting this up as standalone episodes right now, and because we never actually recorded an intro, people are gonna see how happy you are in this intro, and then see you're just like.
That's from Bad Lieutenant. That's the one where he says no panties.
All right. This is our video game book club podcast, though. We're gonna put this at the beginning of the first couple episodes. I don't know how many times you might see it. You might see it 1, 2, maybe 3. I don't know how many times actually. We'll see.
Probably 4.
Or 4 or 5, and you're gonna just see that little giggling Gus over there having a good time.
Pictures.
Yeah, you can follow us at Games Gone By, brp@bluerupees.com. You can email us. And honestly, at this point, if you email us about any sort of impressions you have on any game that we played, we love to read them. Just kind of get impressions from the back catalog. Because we do, especially for different seasons, we will go back and look back at the games that we did play.
Hell yeah.
There. Good way to send it off. We love everyone. Enjoy.
Fuck you. There you go.
Hey, coffee?
God, let's do this. Red, white, and blue pancakes, huh? What do they taste like? America.
Welcome to Games Gone By. This is what we're watching, Gore?
Yeah, wow. I was watching a Key and Peele video. Excuse me.
Speaking of Key and Peele, we play Doki Doki Literature Club. This is our Games Gone By segment. We do this once a month. One of us suggests a game, and we all play it. Usually for the first time. Sometimes we all play it for the first time. Depends.
No, not so far.
Not yet.
Not yet.
For what?
Everybody, at least one person has played every game we've done so far.
No, I'm saying that sometimes
you played Undertale. He played fucking Dead Space before. And
did you finish Dead Space?
And he also played Doki Doki before. Yeah, he's played Dead Space before. You said that, right? Yeah.
Oh, but he didn't finish Undertale anyway, though.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about
you.
But you played Undertale.
Yeah, but that negates it.
There's at least been one.
So this is our segment where we go in, we play a game for the first time, kind of go about it, our impressions, talk about what it did, how it did, all that stuff. We do have a new game we're going to do for next month, and we're also going to put out a bonus episode. We're going to put a poll out. I say we want to talk about that now, so we get the poll out so people are watching right at the beginning.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's do that.
So what we're going to do this month, because we're feeling giving, is we're going to do a bonus episode, standalone, not part of the podcast. We're going to each give a game, and we're going to put 3 different polls out, and we're going to stack up all the votes together. Poll is going to be on Gore's YouTube, on my Twitter, and Gore's Twitter as well. We're going to stack all the votes together, see which game rolls out the best, and play that one, and we'll do that one. What date are we thinking? We're doing mid-December, right?
Yeah, December, the week of the 12th.
All right, so that episode,
so we have
whatever game wins is going to be on, let's see, December 12th. That'll be the post.
We have a week to play it because next week we'll find out what won, but it's going to be a short game, so I don't think
so we're all volunteering up short games to do this.
Yeah, it's going to be short games. It has to be less than, 3-4 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours, okay.
Yeah.
Mine's definitely shorter.
According to howlongtobeat.com. Are we also announcing next month's right now, or do you want to wait till the end? What do you guys want to do?
Wait till the end of this. Well, let's say our suggestions for this where we're already talking about it, and then we'll go into the next one.
Cool, so I'm going to mark them down. All right, so Gore, you're up first.
Okay. for what my game will be for the first half.
What's your poll choice?
My poll choice. All right. I hope you guys didn't pick this one because, to be honest, I don't really have anything else.
Well, I'm not making you go first. I have backup, so you're good.
No, that's okay.
Same.
Mine is What Remains of Edith Finch.
I fucking hate you.
Was it really that? Oh no,
Yeah.
you hate that game.
No, I hate games like that. Yeah.
What?
Oh, whatever.
I've been wanting to play that game. It's like a 2-hour game, so 2.5
I want
hours.
to play that game.
Ooh, that's nice. Thank you, Gore. I finished that game. Fuck yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
Woo.
He doesn't need to play it anymore.
Ah,
I never played it, so that's mine.
all
But
right,
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We don't know if it gets picked. So
maybe. David, what's your choice?
I might. Still
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Okay, that's like a 90-minute game. You can finish that pretty quick. All right, Bloods.
It's 2 hours to main story. 9 hours if you want 100% it.
My game. I was originally going to pick Bastion, but that's a little too long. So my game is Night in the Woods.
Oh, okay. Is that 4 hours?
I think so. Let me double check that actually. That might
It's like 30 hours long.
it's got a lot of fetch quests.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
Night in the Woods.
Oh, you know what? It's actually 8.5 hours. Oh, whoops. I read that one wrong.
That's too long.
That's too long. That's too long.
Also, it's like not on sale. Wait, is it on sale actually right now on eShop?
Maybe.
Oh.
Let me see. What else did I have here?
Uh-oh.
Where did I put my
We
Switch?
both-
Deltarune.
No, Deltarune.
Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2.
Let's see.
Those are short, right?
I think
Persona
so,
5.
but
Persona 5. Persona 4.
yeah, just
Can't
do
say
that
all that.
right now.
You know,
Let's
people would
see.
vote for it too. Fuck.
That just makes
Yeah.
Gore just cringe already at it.
I'm not gonna do it, so it doesn't matter.
see.
You guys can talk about it. You can jerk each other off. I ain't fucking doing it though.
Come
Get
on,
your
Gore.
dirty dick away from me. No, I ain't
It's
doing
a
it.
fun time.
Had a full boyfriend. Pick that.
Pick the KFC one.
Pick the kid. Yeah, KFC
I love
one.
you,
The
Chris.
fucking,
Yeah,
the
what did they
boyfriend
do
KFC
recently?
one. Yeah, you know, it's a visual novel where you try to date the Colonel Sanders.
You know, I really actually would pick How to Full Boyfriend,
Yeah,
but I'm kind of exhausted on reading shit right now.
Yeah. Also, the KFC game doesn't count because it just came out like 2 months ago. We have a 1 year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Bloodstained just made it. So
You know, I'm gonna cut this out. We're gonna come back in a second. It's fine.
All right.
Let me
What
look
the
up and
fuck?
see what. Well, I'm still recording, but I'm just gonna cut some part really quick and look at my
Okay.
Steam games.
No,
see what I
keep
got.
going. Just look at the Steam games.
No, because I want
Why don't you
to
look
keep this. I want to keep this crisp.
I already know what your game is. So your
What?
actual game for the month.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For the month. Yeah, so I know what that is.
Should be an easy month for everyone.
If it's the one that you asked me about, as long as everyone's got a PSP.
No,
No,
it's not.
no, that
Definitely.
Okay.
that game is fucking long as shit.
Oh, I know what you could pick, Adrian.
What?
Another game David hates.
Red Dead
You know
Redemption 2.
No, that's what you hate. No, come on. Yes, it's a Steam classic. It's another game where you just walk around.
All of them.
Gone Home.
Fuck
No,
that game.
it's Gone Home except funny and not at all like Gone Home. There's a narrator.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
Oh,
thinking that.
Stanley
Yeah.
Parable.
Yeah, come on, that's quick.
You know what? Actually, hold up. I have a
I
better.
would be down playing Stanley.
I have a better idea. This is actually one
Firewatch?
of my.
How about Firewatch?
No, that's too long too. I think.
Oh, it's like 4 hours. I'd be in 4 hours. Journey.
No, I actually have a better idea.
First
Which
story.
I'll just use later. All right, welcome back.
actually,
I got my choice. My choice is gonna
yeah.
be The Beginner's Guide.
Oh, okay. I have to pay for it though. How much is it?
I don't know. Don't worry about it until the fans vote.
yeah, I can go pick that. So we're good. All right.
Yeah.
we-
So I forgot Night in the Woods is so long. Maybe we'll say that for another game's gone by though. We still got play your cards right next year. Play your cards
all
right
right.
2020.
So the three we got.
choices are go for it, Gore.
What Remains of Edith Finch, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, and Had a Full Boyfriend. So there you go. All right. Submit. No, and Beginner's Guide.
Beginner's
Or the
Guide.
Is it a Beginner's Guide or
The Beginner's Guide, which is an hour and a half.
Okay.
So
Oh damn! All right, shit. I hope that wins.
I thought saying you. I have a boyfriend. I think it's longer, right?
I thought Beginner's Guide would be longer.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours. I think it was 4 hours. Like 4.5 hours, I think. So it would have just.
No, it's an hour and a half as well.
Well, that's an hour and a half if you read it.
Oh, actually, I have the beginner's guide.
Me, it would be about 4 hours.
I think we all
have to
should.
be like,
Well, how much is it right now? Can you check that, David?
$4. It's not on. It's $4 on sale right now.
what, beginner's guide or?
Yeah.
You should just
Okay.
buy that if you don't have it. It's a good ass price.
Yeah, I might just get it. $4. Fuck it. They put the Steam controller for $5. You see that?
Yeah, shipping's an ass though.
Wait, $8. I mean, $13 is still pretty good for that. It's a
All right.
good controller. Actually, I was surprised. I mean, I used it for Undertale. It doesn't mean anything, but it's fine.
So those are our choices. Whatever wins, we're gonna do that on December 12th, and then we're gonna talk about my choice for the end of the year, which is gonna be December 26th,
Christmas.
day after Christmas. That'll be our
Yeah.
episode where we talk about this game that I got coming up here. Just stay tuned to the end. But this month was Doki Doki Literature Club, as chosen by David.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about this for a second. What was your reasoning behind this?
So Doki Doki is a game that honestly I would put in my all-time favorite games list. It's a game that I came across it when it first started, before it even had the warning at the beginning of the game. And there's something, I am not usually a big fan of visual novels, but after playing Valhalla recently and reminding that, some of them that can be really good, it kind of made me want to go ahead and play that again. And I love the game a lot. I have the poster for Sayori up on my wall. And
I was
there's
thinking
just
about getting
something
a poster,
about
actually.
Yeah, I have
What?
the Sayori inside my head one.
There's a really cool.
Okay.
There's a really cool. And by the way, spoilers. We're spoiling the fuck out of this.
Yeah,
game.
we're spoiling the fuck out of this game.
Yeah, you've already seen Markiplier play anyway. So
There's
fuck
a really
off.
cool poster of Yuri unhinged, which is her just sitting there with like a blade, looking all fucking sinister.
Yes.
And I'm
Right.
probably gonna end up buying that poster because I want to support the game somehow because I know it was free.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Well-
when did you first hear about the game? How did you get started on that?
I first heard about the game through a couple friends at work. They were talking about it. They stumbled upon it because they were honestly in that camp of they were looking for a new visual novel to play. And they're like,
I can't
"Oh,
wait to play this new dating sim.
yeah, exactly."
Oh boy, I was thinking that in
And-
my playthrough too. I even said that like I would love to see somebody play this and think it's actually a dating sim.
Which
Like,
people did,
legit.
apparently, yeah.
And like about
What?
2.5 hours in, it feels like it's just a dating sim
When's your playthrough going
with
up?
some weird things. I already put up the first part. I'll
fuck
probably
yeah.
just put them up. I think I'll probably put up one each day.
Thank God. I'm
for-
so waiting
until
on
we're
your
done.
Undertale.
Yeah, that one I'm not sure if I'm even gonna put up,
Just
but
do
we'll
it.
see.
Just put it up. Fuck it.
I don't know.
Part
yeah,
2
I
is
heard
just the whole
that-
rest of the game.
Yeah, part 3. I already did part 2.
Part 3
3 is
is
just
the rest. Yeah.
the
Call it
Maybe
that.
I'll do
Chat,
that, I don't
Undertale Part 3. The rest.
The rest.
Um,
Maybe
yeah,
if
no,
it's 5 hours long, they won't
so
fucking
they
give me shit.
thought it was a visual novel, like an actual
Yeah.
like dating sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were looking
Did they
into
spoil
it.
it to you? Did they spoil or say
No.
it was weird? Okay, so you went in there with the same expectations, just knowing that it was
Yeah.
something they recommended. Okay, cool.
They were just like, all they said was they thought it was just going to be another standard dating sim, and they were like, yeah, but as we were playing, we realized this is more your cup of tea than ours. So I'm like, all right,
Like,
fuck
what?
it, whatever. So going through, and again, this is before the game even had the warning at the beginning that it's not for everyone. And I was going through playing it, I'm like, all right, I mean, yeah, I like the music in it, it's kind of neat, whatever. And then as soon as you get to the end of Act 1, I was like, what?
I
All
think
right.
not to interrupt you, but I think did you all catch? What was your first catch of like something's off?
Whenever fucking what's her name, the evil
Monica?
what's her name again? Monica. Whenever she breaks the fourth wall and first of all, she always stares at your ass, so that's fucking weird. Immediately, every time she's just there
Always there.
staring at you. Everybody else is just like
The
No,
not
second
really
I-
staring at you.
So, yeah, no, that was my catch too, and I was playing it with the girl I'm seeing. She already played it before, so she was excited to watch me play it. So she was kind of watching me to see what I was catching. Whenever it comes to stuff like this, whenever it's a thriller or something like that or a mystery thing, even like comedies, my favorite part, and I'm the asshole that laughs before the punchline hits because I like laughing at the thing that gets to it. You know, like I like the
Right.
lead up to something. You know, that's what always gets to me is I like the
Yes.
lead up to something. So I'm trying to get ahead of them. So I'm like, all right, I'm overreading everything. I'm like, all right, what fucking part is this at? I'm gonna fucking know this game before they fucking trick me. What part is it gonna fuck with me? And sure enough, she's like, don't forget to save your game. I'm like, all right, number 1. All right, we caught him.
Yeah,
America,
and
we got him.
what
America,
did it for me was
we got the
realizing,
body.
realizing she was breaking the fourth wall, and then that day where Sayori doesn't show up, and then she's like, "What? You just gonna leave her hanging there?" I was like, "Wait a second, what is that supposed to mean?" And then when finally the end of Act 1 happens, like, "Oh, fuck! All right." And then after that, I was like, all right, cool, I played it. There's got to be more to this game. Then that's when I did the deep dive into things and realized that there was a ton of hidden files that get edited, that you can edit and alter and find other kind of cool things and new files that get changed and created as you play through the game, which is why I recommend it to you guys. That definitely, it's actually far more interesting, I feel, to at least know that part, that there's going to be things going on in the folder as you're playing, because going back and doing it in retrospect is just that kind of like, I just want more content. But seeing it as it's happening leads to so many little nuances. Wow, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, I agree. I actually like the way you told us that because, yeah, I could see it at first being a cool revelation. But the thing is, with that kind of game and so much reading, I feel like it kind of takes away to replay the game afterwards. You know, because it's like, you already know the twists are coming. Now let's see a couple of cool like Easter eggs. It's like looking for Easter eggs afterwards, as opposed to being a part of the experience. Cool. So let's just get first impression really quick. So that's what you thought. You loved it, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, obviously. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Gore, where were you at with this?
Okay.
When did you finish this?
Earlier
2 hours
today.
ago.
Hey,
No, not 2 hours ago.
Before,
It was like earlier today. It was like 3 p.m. Maybe I finished it. My time.
Not at night. Like
I finished. I did most of it yesterday, and then I was like, all right, my voice is fucked. I need to go to bed, because I'm tired. And I came back. I woke up and I had about an hour left, so an hour and a half left.
So if you don't mind me asking, where did it cut off, or where'd you stop?
Where did I stop?
Yeah,
I went into the code and made it stop.
No. Where did you cut it? When did you start your second
what was
part?
the story beat?
That I started to realize that it was like
No. When did you stop? Like when did you actually stop to cut off to go to bed?
Oh, yesterday. It was right before. You have to read the poems right before what's her name goes crazy and fucking.
So it wasn't cool. So it's fucked up, but not quite like.
Oh no, it was already fucked up. No, I'm talking about the one that kills herself.
Yeah, when
Yuri stabs herself. So it was already fucked up.
Yeah.
There was shit glitching and fucking jump scares everywhere. It was already fucked up. I was just like, I need to go to bed. Like, I'm glad before I went to bed, it got fucked up.
I need to go to bed. Fuck.
Fuck this shit.
Fun fact,
it was like
real
6 o'clock in the morning. I had to go.
Fun fact: if you have the soundtrack for the game, the song that plays when Sayori's hung herself is called Sayori Nora. So it'll play on
Sayori Nora. Yeah. Because Sayonara Wild Hearts.
But what would you think of the game? Like, what do you after you were done with it? What do you think?
Well, game is a little much, I would say, but but no, I mean I loved it. Don't get me wrong. You know what I compare it to a movie that we just watched recently, One Cut of the Dead. Well, yeah, Joker. One Cut of the Dead. It's kind of like One Cut of the Dead in a way because it's like
there's layers.
There's layers. It's like Shrek. You know, he's got layers, man. And I found it really interesting uncovering the layers, and I find it really ingenious the things that what's his name? Dave? Is that the guy?
Dan
Dave?
Salvato.
Dan. Sorry, whatever. Fucking generic name.
Shout out to Danny.
Yo, Danny boy. Whatever. The pipes. You know the rest. So it's really ingenious the things he does, and using the visual novel format, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess genre. It's a genre. Is ingenious because I expected. Okay, I don't play visual novels, but I know a lot about them enough to know that it's just read. There's nothing really going on. Maybe a picture pops up and you look at this picture while reading. It's a visual novel, as the fucking thing suggests. I played 999. That was similar.
Which they break it up just enough with puzzles, like more actual puzzles in between.
Oh yeah, 999 definitely has. Yeah, this game doesn't have puzzles. The most you have when it comes to gameplay is you have choices for your your poems that you make,
and then you got choices in game as well.
Yeah, you have some choices. Mainly it's just like do this. It's like you just have to keep clicking them and just get through all the poems. So, So when it comes to the game, it's works. It's a cool little diversion. What's wrong? Okay there?
Heard weird shit outside.
Oh shit.
She's here.
It's yeah. Monica.
Well, earlier today I had 3 cops at the neighbors earlier, so I was like, oh fuck, what's going on now?
What's
Anyway.
Doki Doki mean by it?
Doki Doki is the onomatopoeia in Japanese for a heart beating.
Oh, that makes sense now.
You don't know what an onomatopoeia is, do you?
Oh yeah, I know. That's just sounds, right? Right. Yeah, pretty much. It's like what you hear, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact definition, but I'm fucking. It doesn't matter. When you said heartbeat, I know what heartbeat is. Well, it makes sense because in the Yuri character is always about her heart. Like, oh, my heart's always beating really hard. It's gonna burst down my chest. I'm like, calm down, girl. All right, Yuri giving me crazy stare. All right, I don't need you fucking dying here because you had a heart attack. But yeah, no, the game itself is really interesting, and I think it really fucks with you, which I love when a game does. I mean, one of my favorite game series ever is Silent Hill. Silent Hill fucks with you all the time. Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, that's
Eternal Darkness fucks with you.
I really want. That's a game I got on my list for one day.
You need to play that on 4x3.
Yeah,
Sure.
that too, and people spoiled some of it, so I'm trying to get it out of my head to forget about it.
Even like the Metal Gear games fuck with you sometimes too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the classic like put your controller on the ground and he fucking vibrates. I always like that. So here when I mean I'm gonna spoil something pretty hard. When you have to literally like the characters hinting at like I deleted all the characters. It's easy. It's in the folder. Just go to characters. I deleted all these characters. I'm like, and she keeps like hinting at you, and then she like stares at you for like 20 seconds.
Forever.
I'm just like I wanted to keep going to see if she kept saying different things, but I was just like,
Now, did you get the jump scare?
Yes, because he recorded it.
oh yeah. What
Yes.
jump scare?
The one with
Wait.
with Monica at the very end. Did she tell you? Did she point out you were recording her?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't get a jump
Awesome.
scare at the end. Did I get a jump
Well,
scare at the end?
Yeah, it's not like a huge jump
It's
scare.
the one where
It's
like your
just-
eyes get close to her, and then she sticks back, and it says, "I was fucking." with
Oh,
you."
that one. Yeah. But I didn't know that was because she was.
She
I don't-
so that's when the game
Yeah.
it says if it figures out if you're using
Gotcha.
OBS or XSplit.
Okay, that's good. I
You're
was
using,
using
yeah. So I didn't get that at first. So when I was looking up reactions, I said, "Oh, the Monica jump scare." I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then
That
all
one
of a sudden
fucking got-
it's pointing it out to them. I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's hype, dude."
Yeah,
That's
it's
why I was
kinda-
excited when
it-
Gore said he was recording
Yeah,
it.
I made a tweet about that. I was hoping you didn't see that, but because I had it on OBS too, I was recording it, and then I stopped. I was like, all right, I don't need to record the rest of this. So I closed it out and everything.
But they knew you were still recording. Like they
No,
thought
so
you were still
I
recording.
closed it out. No, so I closed.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe the code immediately was just like he's recording.
No,
or
so
something,
when it
but-
gets to it, it detects if you're using it or not. I had closed it out, so I was like,
That's
oh
awesome.
fuck, I missed that.
That's the thing. I actually asked the question. If you're using because in XSplit you can either use game capture or you can use like window capture, which is a little bit
It
different.
just
detects the
detects that
program.
the exe
It's just
is running.
Okay. All right. Because window capture is a little different because you're just like
Right. No,
recording
it just
everything on your window.
detects if you're
But it
using
knows
it at
that.
all.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
Dan said in an interview he wanted to originally design the game to play with other files on your computer, but he's like, I don't feel right having it actually alter files on the computer itself.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Yeah, they'll be
it's
pulling
Monica,
up some
dude.
weird shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah, Monica's
Just Monica.
Not just Monica. Now, is there a way you can? I'm sure this is something that you could figure out. Can you actually, in the beginning of the game, if you actually, because you have to reinstall it after you're done, because they deleted the actual files, which I thought was genius. If you reinstall it, can you just immediately start off, go into the files, and delete Monica?
Yes.
Yeah. So you
I
can.
didn't do it
Yeah,
yet.
for that.
I was
so
thinking in
if-
my brain. Don't tell me what happens though. You said it can happen though.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna do.
there's
I'm gonna do a
different-
video.
Yeah. There's
I'm-
different things you could do, and there's different outcomes of it. So you.
There are
I
a lot of Easter
legitimately,
eggs like that.
legitimately just fuck around with the game, and there's cool different stuff everywhere.
I know because there later on in the game it was fucking with you. Whenever you hit save, sometimes her face would pop up, like
Did it?
Monica's
Oh,
face.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, because I would save all the time.
There's a lot of things
But-
that can happen in this game that are like a 25% chance of it actually
Some
happening.
have like a 1% too.
They
Yeah.
only happen once.
Well,
I mean,
we'll
it's not
talk.
like
We'll
it
talk about
happens.
some of that because we're still like there.
There's
but-
one point where I just want to mention one other thing. There's one point where, like, at the end of the game, where like if you want to save, you can't, which is all right, that's cool. But if you want to leave the game, it won't let you. It's just like what the fuck. Like I
Yeah.
try to go main menu, it's just like no, it's not working. I was like, what the fuck?
So
Funny.
so yeah, no. So your impression, you liked it.
But yeah, I really liked it. It was great. It was great. I really enjoyed it, and I wish I didn't know that it was gonna end up being sinister, because I didn't know that. I didn't know what would happen. I knew there was some sinister aspect to it. I didn't think it was gonna be like this though. I just thought maybe someone's a serial killer or something. I thought it was gonna be like that or something.
Even the warnings,
or they're all insane or something.
Even the warnings in front, I'm like, all right, some shit's gonna happen. But
yeah,
but I was like trying to think in my head. I was like, all right, so they're trying to sacrifice me, because I was reading all those like, oh, they're sacrificing or limbs or some shit. I was like, all right, they're gonna try to fucking kill me, some shit. I'm trying to fucking figure it out. But yeah, no. So I loved it. I loved it. I had a fantastic time with it. That shit's like way up my alley. That stuff where it stuff fucks with you and everything's fucking weird and you gotta like, ain't like that anything fucking weird. And I tell you this too, like in horror movies and shit, I don't like the fucking like the gory, violent stuff. I like the weird, like the ones that just get in your head and try to fuck with you a bit, you know.
Right.
So this is totally up my alley, and I loved it. Needless to say, and we talked about that already, so I'm just gonna leave the impressions there. So before we go back into like more of like Easter egg stuff, and we'll write that down. David, give us a little bit of the history of this, if you have any of that.
Oh yeah, I got a ton of notes here. So the game originally released in September 22nd of 2017. This was a passion project of Dan Zavato. He had been working on it in secret for about 2 years prior to release. Dan himself was a former competitive Smash player, exclusively a Link main.
Which he was also a developer on the Smash mod Project M.
Yes.
Which one of the memes around this is PM died for this, which is usually like, all right, like because the fact that Project M got shut down by Nintendo because well, they didn't get shut down, but I mean they were like threatening them so much that they're like, all right, fuck it, we're out, we're not gonna do this. So the meme is always PM died for this. If there's ever something that's like, oh, that could have been happening if these people were stuck in there. So one of the small percent chance at the beginning of where it says like these children are if you're easily disturbed, don't watch it or whatever. One of the potential things is PM died for this at the beginning.
Actually, no, that's been taken out of the game. The reason why
that sounds like something that would take out because probably Nintendo would be like,
no,
whatever. No?
He took it out because of the fact that no one got the joke.
I fucking would have loved it.
Yeah, but like AM, PM,
I would have fucking loved that joke.
Yeah, PM. Prime Minister?
And prior to Project M, he also developed a mod for Melee called 20XX Tournament Edition, as
that
well
was
as
one of the popular ones too. Yeah.
And he worked on a couple different Twitch extensions as well.
We get it. He's successful. We suck.
And he also wrote a short horror story prior. Well, actually, it probably lines up with what kind of led him into doing Doki Doki. But if you haven't read that short horror story he did, it's really good, actually. It's about basically a girl who just decides. I forgot to jot down the actual title of it, but it's pretty easy to find.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Yep. And he also went ahead and decided to work on this because he has a love-hate relationship with anime. He's like, I love anime, it's really good, but goddamn, I hate the cutesy, girly shit. I really hate the, slice of life kind of garbage that comes out. And so he's like, I kind of want to do something different with it. And that's actually what led him to releasing the game free. He released the game for free because, quoting here, I knew it would attract the attention of a lot of people who would never pay a cent for an anime romance game, and then would go on to say, I felt it would be wrong to sell the game knowing that, and simply the game not being what was advertised. So he knew right away that, there's a lot of people that aren't going to pay for a fucking cutesy visual novel game, and then the people that would pay for that would be pissed probably that they went ahead and they paid for a fucking horror game in disguise. So that's why he released the game for free. And within the first 4 months of the game, there was over 2 million downloads for it. This got big, and it got big fast, especially considering it's... go ahead.
No, I was going to say you could thank a lot of YouTubers for that, too.
Yes, it got picked up quickly by people like Game Theory, Markiplier, Game Grumps.
A lot of Reddit stuff, too.
A lot of Reddit stuff. And some of the inspirations for what kind of led him to work on the game, he quotes as Yumi Nikki, Aversion, and Irisu Syndrome were his big inspirations for games when he was designing this.
And Smash.
And Smash.
Yeah. And Hatoful Boyfriend. Hatoful Boyfriend. Was Hatoful Boyfriend out before this? Inspiration.
It looks like it. No, I'm pretty sure it was, and I'm pretty sure this is in the in the giant like whole span of visual novel things take.
Yeah.
They're jokes.
Because
They're jokes.
Undertale was already out by this point, and he actually made a comment saying he purposely did not play Undertale before finishing this game because he's like, I saw that game come out, and from what I heard about it, I was so afraid that I would play it, and then someone would kind of be like, oh, well, he's obviously stealing an element or two from that. So he's like, I just avoid that game altogether to
Which is
avoid
funny, 'cause
that.
Those
Yeah,
two
no
games go
worries.
side by side so much. That was cool that we already covered that.
Yeah, but and it's also funny because I wouldn't compare it to Undertale at all, really. Because
Um,
Undertale has some darkness to it, obviously, but fucking
Not
this,
like that.
This is like fucked up morbid.
Not that way, but the way the game really tries to subvert your expectations
Oh,
and
yeah,
kind of
sure.
like fuck with things, you know. Like I don't know if did you ever actually go through the Undertale and go through some of the stuff?
No, I watched playthroughs though.
Yeah. So spoiler alert, really quick, like fast forward like 15 seconds if you don't want Undertale stuff. One of the things like that happens is like Sans will ask you to keep like reloading the game, and every time you load the game back up, he'll do something different and stuff like that. Stuff like
Sure.
that's kind of like where
Yeah.
it leads off with this, which is probably what he was expecting.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
I mean, I would never say that's a ripoff. That's
No,
just
it's not.
you have to implement that well for it to work anyway. Because
Plus, it's not like only one game can do that.
yeah, exactly.
But
I,
still-
I,
And
I
then-
love if every game did that.
And then the last thing I'll add for this bit, and I'll save some more of the stuff for later, is he said that he also wanted to make the game because games are a medium that have the ability to tell a story in a way that no other medium can. And this type of story could not exist in a book or a movie and be as effective as it is. So he knew clear from the very beginning the vision of the game. He knew exactly what he wanted to say with it. And there's actually a lot of stuff that he wanted to explore with this game, but didn't because it would just be too much of a distraction to get too unruly
Like what?
in the creation of it. He wanted to expand the characters a lot more. Natsuki, the pink-haired girl, he originally was thinking of doing a lot more with her story, but because her story wasn't really the focus of what he was trying to tell with it, he decided against it. There was a lot more with Sayori and Yuri planned as well, and he just thought it was ultimately better just to focus on the core story he was thinking of and tell that story as fine-tuned as possible versus throwing in more stuff that could get distract from what he was trying to do originally. So it's kind of the inverse of a Kickstarter, where they're just like, oh, we'll just keep making it bigger. He wanted to keep it very clean and precise to what he was trying to do.
Which is smart,
Right.
I think. Right. So, with all that said, what was everyone's like standout moments in here?
I'll go first. I mean, obviously, the end of Act 1 with Sayori hanging herself. That's just, if you didn't happen to catch the context clues to what was going on beforehand, or if you went into it as blind as possible, I don't think there's a more shocking moment in kind of recent gaming history than that happening. Another standout is when Yuri kills herself. That whole uncomfortable clicking through, like, okay,
Yeah, you can't read any of that
you're
shit.
gonna go ahead and continue on.
How
And then you
long?
keep clicking
How
and
long did you
clicking.
guys know until you guys could
And
skip?
so you could skip pretty long.
Yeah, I went for about a minute until I was like, "Fuck, all right."
Because I didn't skip anything else, so I didn't really want to. I didn't want to like start.
Exactly. So yeah, I went about a minute before I went ahead and hit the skip. And then the other one was when Act 2 happens and Natsuki starts acting weird. I just love the absolute juxtaposition that happens with her character, talking about, her father beating the shit out of her, fucking yelling and swearing at Monica, just all the shit that happens with Natsuki absolutely just fucking stands out completely, because out of all the characters, aside from actually even Sayori in the beginning, kind of had a lot of moments where it was like, oh, clearly this is a character that has something going on with her. Natsuki was the most out of all of them unassuming, so having that just kind of complete switch to where, they're picking on her for being so small because obviously she's malnourished and never fed at home. Father beats the shit out of her. She's fucking yelling at everyone in the class. There's a lot that goes on. And I'm like, that was a good little switch there. Those are for me some of the more kind of standout moments.
Chris, what about you? What big moment stood out to you?
Well, yeah, her hanging herself. That was the first. That was like because the whole transition to it being the new game, I guess. I mean, it was always the the same.
Yeah,
thing.
transitioning to Act 2 is what it'd be.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. That was shocking, but I love that she was immediately like, Monica was immediately like, gotta nip that in the bud and just like deleted her from the game. And then I'm just like, really deleted her from the game? And then when you find out the game is actually fucking with the code, like actually not the code, but like all the contents in the folder, like it actually is like deleting those images to the point where you can't start the game again at the end. I thought the whole idea of it just messing with the game itself, the contents of the game, is I thought that was genius. I thought all that messing with the load, like it's not just one singular element, like one singular scene. It's just like the whole idea that it messes with you in such a restrictive like genre. I would say like visual novel, I'm assuming is pretty
it's made in Game Maker too, right?
Game Maker? I don't know.
Yeah, and which is, and I don't know, people that were commenting on it, I was looking at it too, they're like, dude, what he's doing with this program is phenomenal.
I mean, I don't even know. I could tell the engine is definitely limited. I could tell.
He used Game Maker and RenPy for some of the extra stuff.
Okay.
RenPy. I've heard of Game Maker. What the fuck is RenPy?
RenPy is a fork of Python that's used for gaming.
Okay, I understand less now. It's really impressive that he took this relatively. I'm assuming RenPy is also a pretty basic engine, also, right?
It's not an engine; it's just a scripting language. It's like the equivalent of like someone saying like C# or something.
Oh, okay. It's pretty basic, though. I'm assuming, right? Like, no, okay,
kinda. I mean, it's. I would not consider it hard, but I've also used Python for years, so I would say it's not one of the more obtuse languages.
Okay, all right. So the engine itself is pretty simple. So I found that very, very, very impressive that he was able to like actually make it so that you have to interact with the fucking contents, and they're like, all right, I'm just gonna wait here. All right, I'm just gonna keep staring at you until you do the thing. Obviously, I wish they didn't make it so blatantly obvious what you had to do, though, and to the point where she says,
people would not have gotten it. Like,
I thought that would have been great. I mean, that's what I love about PT. PT didn't fucking tell you shit. It's just like I don't know, press X button.
I get why, but I mean, like, yeah, that
I get why too, for sure, of course. But I would have found it better if she was just like, maybe she just said, I deleted them. It was easy. If she just said that and she didn't say like, go to browse local files on Steam, Gore, do it. Come on, wink, wink. It's just like, come on, you fat bastard. I'm like, how did you but yeah, no, the whole that. I guess if I had to pick a singular scene, though, it would probably be the exact transition where like it goes glitchy and goes into, I guess, Act 2, because the Sayori part is fucking terrifying. But I think the whole transition,
and it's all fucked up.
Yeah, it starts your game, and it like fucks up.
The main menu's all fucked up.
She's not gone, but like, what's her name? Monica replaced her on the title screen. I was just like, what the fuck? It was like, that's good stuff. The Sayori stuff is great, though.
I wish I marked it down. There was one moment I remember. I was like, this game's fucking, like, there was some fucking really sick moment. I was like, dude, that was super cool the way he did that. I forget what exactly, but a couple of the ones, like, Yuri, because side question before I get back into who'd you guys like particularly romance at first?
Yuri.
I didn't have a preference. I kind of try to balance, because at first I didn't know what the poem thing was really.
That's such a Gore thing. You want some more?
Actually, real quick question that goes to that. Did you guys keep multiple saves and going for all of them, or did you just go one girl all the way through?
I had multiple saves, but it didn't fucking matter because they just started deleting mine. So it's just like,
it does matter, though, for something.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to guess. I'll hold off for later. But
I had a lot of
mark
saves,
that down so you know to talk about that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of saves. So
Yuri.
I mean, they're gone now, I guess. I don't know.
You went balanced. David went Yuri. I went Yuri as well.
I went more, I guess, Yuri, because it seemed like Yuri was getting more conversation, but I was trying to go more balanced. You know. At first, though, I think I had a lot of Yuri stuff because I picked like death and fucking all this.
I knew. Well, she went off with horror and stuff like that, but like I liked her personality infinitely more than everyone else's.
But I didn't understand exactly what I was doing. I thought I was actually just forming a poem, and that was it. And then like halfway through the first one, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm like, this is how I like try to romance these. Okay, I get it.
I did like, because I fucking hate Natsuki. I was talking so much shit about her.
Natsuki
Like, if you hear the playthrough that I have so far, it's just me fucking talking shit. I'm like, oh god, this fucking.
I talk shit about all of them.
She's so fucking annoying, and I loved it when day 3 hit,
Yeah.
and you give the poem, and she's like, "Yo, I don't even fucking want to read it." And then you just moved on. I was like, "Oh, thank God!"
Oh, okay.
Oh! I looked
Yeah.
back. I was like, "Oh, I don't have to read it anymore." Fuck yeah.
She also doesn't like. She didn't like me. So I balanced it, but to the point where she was just like, I guess it's okay, whatever. It was like,
That part, and then obviously
Asshole.
then I mentioned the Yuri part too, where it's so long in there, and it didn't really click to me what was happening until I put two and two together, where it's like it's however many days are happening, and then the text you got in there was "Have a nice weekend." So literally,
Yeah.
you're spending your entire weekend with Yuri, as you said you would, and just everything's just decaying. Her blood gets more darker and dry. Her eyes get more faded. I'm like, fuck. That was cool though, and then
did you notice if you try to load back your save, it changes color?
does it?
Because if you load back your save before you choose whether you love her or you don't love her, which I tried, I was like, I knew it wasn't gonna work because immediately they deleted all my saves before, so I was like, this game's not gonna let me, but I'm gonna try. And immediately like the color changes, like it goes from red to like dark blue, and then
Also,
which I'm assuming that means it just skips like to different moments of the.
I know the moment. I remember the moment that I thought was, where I actually said this is fucking sick, is when it's everyone's arguing and they're like, all right, you gotta pick who you want to see this weekend, and I'm going to pick Yuri, and it drags it down.
Yes.
Like, oh, you
Yes.
bitch, this is sick. I wish I recorded my reaction because I was popping off. I was like, that's fucking cool. I hate you. I was
Just
like,
Monica.
and after that,
Monica.
no, because I couldn't fucking click it. I was trying so hard. I was like, you know what? At the end, I was like, fuck it, I'll pick Natsuki. I don't fucking care, Monica. So I'm just dragging it up, and then she dragged it down, so I ended up clicking it. So I didn't get that. No, I didn't get that part because I missed the click. So I actually. Yeah, because it has like Yuri's eyes and it says Monica. I saw it afterwards. That was cool too. But I like the way I did it because I was dragging it so hard. I'm like, no. And I clicked it on accident. And she's like, oh, you picked me. I'm like, fuck.
Fuck. If you do pick one of the other ones, it has like this giant list. Monica.
With Yuri's eyes like right there too, which is fucking weird.
And at that point, I was like, I think Monica has something to do with all this weird stuff. I don't know.
Oh man, there reminds me of another one. Because Natsuki is a character that I liked more in the second act, and another reason why is she becomes kind of quasi-aware, not of like the grand scheme of what's happening, but when she kind of hands you that note.
That note was really cool. I actually like.
Oh yeah, I thought that was cool too.
My like for her shot up way up there. She's like, yo, I don't give a fuck about Yuri, and like you either. I don't really care about, but like some weird shit's going on. Don't let her read this. Just act like I give you a poem. Just act like, oh, cool.
I thought that was interesting because she knows something's going on.
And then that twist with Sayori at the very end too was really cool.
Oh yeah, that's because I guess the whole game, like if you become president, you go fucking crazy. Which, yeah.
Oh wait.
That was really good.
Okay, so Gore didn't get it then. All right.
What?
Well, we'll get to that later. Don't worry about it.
All right.
I thought where you were saying you were keeping multiple saves. I thought you might have gotten the secret ending, but.
I had a lot of saves. If you watch my playthrough, I fucking made. I think to the point where I got to 8 pages. I had a lot of pages. I mean, I can. What I did was when I was making saves, I got to like 4 until the whole like delete all my saves, and I just continue from that page, even though all my saves are gone. I was just like, fuck it. So kept going. So
I
would just say it because I don't.
Okay, yeah, just say it.
All right. So there is a secret ending to the game. If you keep multiple saves running, where you try to woo all 3 girls throughout each one of the individual saves throughout the chapters, and keep going as much as you can, working on all of them. At the end of the game, instead of Sayori becoming the president, she actually has this like little heartwarming speech about thank you so much for investing all this time in all of us. I know this was a bit of a harrowing experience, but you clearly cared so much for everyone and did your best to try and make everyone happy. Thank you. And it's just this kind of little fuzzy, heartwarming kind of send off to the game that I thought was a nice touch.
Oh, so not necessarily
does she hang herself after that? Because
like an Easter egg.
That doesn't sound like the same game.
Yeah, well, it's considered the secret true ending, basically.
That's not true ending. Fuck that.
Fuck you. The true ending was it's all a game.
That's like the ending in Halo where fucking Johnson grabbed the elite's ass.
Oh yeah, that was hot. That
He's laughing because he thinks that's fake.
No, that's real. Yeah, he's just like, come here. They're like, him and Ali are fighting, and then the planet's gonna explode. So that doesn't make any sense. How come?
Yeah, so they fucking nixed that.
Yeah,
they retconned
like,
the fuck out of that. Yeah, so
bastard.
at the end of Halo, if you beat it in Legendary, And isn't legendary? There's like something else, or is it just legendary?
I think it might be legendary.
If you
I'm not
get
sure.
legendary, it's
No, it's legendary. I think. Yeah.
it's an elite and Johnson hanging out there like, all right, man, this is it. Bring it in, brother.
Well, they were fighting, but then they see the fucking. It's about to like Halo's about to explode, so they're just like, "Come on, man!" And they just
They hug, yeah.
hug. And I think the elite's the one who grabs his ass, right? Or
Yeah,
was it
actually,
both?
it was that
Maybe
way, I
they
think,
both.
yeah.
Because I remember seeing the elite.
Someone
hand-
grabbed the ass.
Yeah, the elite grabbed.
Someone
At least
grabs
grabbing
ass.
ass, man. Grabbing that
But
Johnson.
anyway,
That's the name of the episode. Grab an ass.
Grabbing ass.
yeah, that's gonna look good with Doki Doki there.
Doki Doki grabbing ass.
So, well, what else did we have to talk about with this game?
All the Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Oh yeah.
Any
Did
other
you notice
Easter...
right after? I'm sure you guys noticed. There's no way you wouldn't. But in the background, right after it for when she hangs herself and it switches, did you see in the background? You see her hanging in the picture. You just see her in the background hanging.
Oh, I heard about that. I didn't actually
Yeah, you
see
see it.
I didn't actually notice
You
it.
can tell that's what it is. It's
Yeah,
like in the
I
background.
saw a
percentage
playthrough
thing.
of it. I saw.
Oh, is it a percentage thing?
Yeah, it's a percentage
it
thing.
showed up a few times. Like it would go away and it would come back again. Like I thought it was like it would show up only when like something fucked up was about to happen, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it just-
A lot of the Easter eggs are percentage, which I think is cooler, honestly.
I would love to get some of the other Easter eggs though, because that's the only one besides like some of the save things I've said, and, like her face popping up and shit.
Sometimes the beginning or like the opening intro just fucks up completely. So like
Oh really?
when you see it, like it'll be like a monochrome look of all the girls, which is like dark, like almost like pop, like Funko Pop eyes.
Oh okay.
And
That's
that looks
crazy.
creepy as shit.
Terrible.
What are the ones you
Pooping.
have, David? Do you have any other?
Yeah, I'll go through the list here.
I'll look out for
Can,
them next
can
time I play.
Can I tell you this score with the saves? There's something I want to mention that if you really want to get deep into it, look up a guide. Those character files, if you change the format of them, because CHR or whatever it is, if you change the format of them, they can open up in different things and they lead you down a whole rabbit hole of that.
I was gonna say, do you not want me to talk about those part of the Easter eggs then, or?
It
I'm
might
probably,
be-
I'm probably not gonna do that, but
Yeah, it might be too much work for you.
That might
because
be
if you're
too
just gonna do
much,
that. So like, let me like for example, like if you do Sayori, you put that in a .ogg thing, it'll give you like a sound clip. Look at the sound clip, put through a retrograph. It'll give you a QR code. Scan the QR code. It takes you to a website, and the website has like some weird weird medical form, something like that, about something that was presumably
Project Libitina.
Yeah, which presumably was supposed to be his next game, but it never actually showed up. Was that what was the history behind that?
He was one of the other files that you can find is a file from a character's perspective, talking about how 2018 would be kind of the day. And that didn't end up happening. I know he is still working on something, and that's actually some of the notes I have here. Is he is working currently on another visual novel, so presumably Project Libitina is that visual novel. But he has said he's not going to be doing anything else Doki Doki related specifically. He may come back to it at some point, but he feels it's just too.
Wasn't there like a big thing that this was supposed to be some sort of lead-in, some sort of like tie-in, some way, somehow?
In the Portrait of Markov, the book that Yuri reads throughout the game, that has a lot of things that if you read through exactly. That has a lot of things that can correlate to what's going on in the Project Libitina text file that you can find if you modify Sayori's file. And that's kind of alluding to the next visual novel he's working on. Aside from that, he's also said he really wants to make a fighting game. He's actually talked about how he has a few prototypes already built, and he just hasn't put in the effort to kind of really finish it because they're not where he wants them to be.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if he did Project M or helped Project M. So, right. So is that what it's called? Project M?
Yep.
So that makes sense. It's not like
yeah,
it's weird, like visual novel to fucking fighting game. Like, what?
But Project Libitina, I'll just send Gore the direct link here to it if you want some additional reading. It looks really fucked. And if that is the next visual novel that he's working on, I'm excited for it. And granted, I'm excited for anything this guy works on next. Going through some of the other Easter eggs, so that was definitely one of the things you can find among some of the other character alterations you can find if you edit Natsuki's file by changing it to a JPEG flipping the image and then opening up something like Blender and wrap it around a cone, it creates a picture of a character model that's not seen in the game. Again, potentially leading to this Project Libitina.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, the way you look, some people went fucking nuts with this though.
Yeah, he went nuts, obviously.
The Yuri one is also interesting because you can actually just open it right up, which gives you a alphanumeric text string.
In
then
text,
you can
have to open up as text.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you can throw that in a base 64 converter, which then gives you another document, which that document is the horror story he originally wrote back in 2000.
Like some sort of, not like a fan fiction, but like some sort of like some short story he wrote a couple years ago back.
Yeah.
And then what did Monica's do?
Let me double check here.
Just delete Monica.
Monica's leads to a picture if you change it to a PNG with a flaming ring around it and a square in the center containing pixels. That square pixel can be translated into a base 64 string, which then leads to another document, which is Monica talking about 2018, that'll be my year. And that's kind of what I was mentioning earlier. There's a lot you can do with this. And then there's other little things around the game you can find. There's one Easter egg with Natsuki that I actually got when I first played through the game way back when. In fact, I think I still have a Facebook picture of it somewhere, where her mouth will be replaced with a regular mouth and her eyes will get all blacked out and she'll just start talking gibberish for a little bit.
What the fuck?
There's a chance where Yuri's right eye will just kind of fly off her head and go off screen. There's so many little things you can do like that. And actually, did you say you're not going to really bother modifying the character stuff at all, or do you think you'll go back?
No, I might go and like do the delete the characters and stuff.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'll do that stuff. I would definitely do that, but no, I'm not gonna probably modify. Like maybe if it's if there's are there any if you modify does it actually change the game or is it all just like stuff that okay all right
it's all extra little things you can find.
It's just little extra things for the lore. Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool. You'll see the ramifications of it pretty quick too.
Has there been confirmed any things that people haven't figured out yet? Like Easter eggs that are just everything's gone. I mean everything's found.
Yep. During an AMA that Dan Salvato did for the game, which was done a few months after the game release, is like, yeah, everyone's pretty much found everything already.
I can imagine. So fucking everyone just dug the shit out of that.
It would be awesome if he updated the game and just added more shit.
So there's code in the game where it's Monica talking to you if you dig through pretty well.
Right.
Where it's her saying like, hey, wow, I guess you really do care about me if you're still digging here. I guess I really stuck to you, right? Like you really do think a lot about me, huh? I really miss you. I still want to see you. Stuff like that if you're digging through it.
Right. Okay.
Wow. He did a lot, but I mean, yeah, when you see a game like this, people are going to be eager to fucking just tear it apart and see what's up there.
Right.
Well, especially where it came out during a time where ARGs were really hitting their peak. A lot of people that probably came over from the ARG community being like, oh, there's more shit to kind of dig into here. So I think it kind of released at the right time.
Awesome. That's pretty sick. I'm going to go start deleting shit later. See what I get.
Yeah, it was a really good time though. I can see why, and I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad I somehow didn't get spoiled by anything. Every time someone said something about Doki Doki, I just shut that shit off. I was like, one day, I'll get to it.
I'm assuming that means you knew there was other things in it besides just.
I knew something was gonna go up. I knew
that. That was me too.
The thing about it is that when you look at the Steam page, like the top tag is psychological horror.
Yeah.
When you did,
I'm sure when it first came out,
the beginning where it says. Stuff was going down, like stuff like that. I already knew, and that's fine. I said, I kind of like that though, because I like just trying to somehow try to step ahead of the people, because I wrote this. I don't know if you actually read my review on the Good Liar Gore. Well, I said that there's something about thrillers that I like that it's just maybe just me, just the way I am. I like to see if I can step ahead of you. If you somehow subvert my expectations and I'm trying to step ahead of you, I'm trying to fucking run past you and get to your point faster than you, if you somehow still beat me to it, I respect the hell out of it. Like, so much more, I respect the hell out of it. So when this game subverted the way it did, and by the time I'd say when maybe even after the first act, when the beginning, oh, you know what, right after you saw glitched out Sayori and then it restarted and just like without her, and it was the whole
Yeah.
beginning like, oh, I'm new to this, I don't have any of that. And that's when I was like, all right, you know what, you beat me, I'm just gonna go with it. Like you
Yeah.
somehow took this in a place I did not expect. I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what I respect a lot of those things. Whenever it's a thriller or something like that, if it somehow like misdirects me enough, and I'll concede at some point where it's like if you got me, I concede. I'm like, cool, all right, you win. We'll hang out. We'll do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly what this was. Awesome that it's free. That was I would have gladly paid for that experience.
Oh yeah, I would pay for it. For sure.
So I'll probably end up buying some merch off them. I kind of want a Yuri plush. I kind of don't think I should get a Yuri plush.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, to be fair though, in the game they make it very apparent that what's her name, Monica's influencing them. So if you want to get a plush and pretend like she's a good lass.
I like the one. I like that one. Yuri.
She does have a lot of knives though. She didn't influence that. So. She's trouble.
Yeah, she's knife life.
And you know what? And
I got a lot of knives too.
And I really did like the poems in the game, actually. Like, again, being a fucking a lame-ass English major that I am, I thought they were pretty well written and everything. That
some of them were really good, actually.
Sayori's bottle poem, I think, is probably my favorite.
I'm trying to remember that one. I really like the one about fuck spiders. If you like spiders, you're an asshole. It wasn't well written, but I agree. So it was fine. I'm not saying he did a bad job, but it was supposed to be not really the greatest poem.
The bottle poem is the one where Sayori's talking about how she tries to bottle up all the good dreams so that way she can have an emergency supply for the bad days that come.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do remember that one.
So last call with anything. Any other cool moments that you guys liked? I know I liked the moment where Yuri takes you outside, and I think it was the second time. I didn't skip though, or maybe I got at the random encounter where it was Monica just like fades into the foreground.
Yeah, when Yuri's talking and she's just like starts fading.
It tripped me out at first because I saw like just the very first hint of it. I was like, "The fuck is that in the background?"
Yeah.
Then the more you read, the more she started bleeding in.
There's another part where like it's already after Sayori kills herself. It's when it reset. But at one point the classroom, like, I don't know if this is a random thing, but the classroom, like, the camera angle kind of like goes Dutch a little bit.
That's a random thing.
I didn't get that either.
That's a random thing. I got that where it just goes like Dutch for a second, and then you see, I think that's when what's her name gets in front of the text, Monica, and she's like in front of the text bar.
I got one that second. Part, but I didn't see that.
I think that's the same time. It's around the same time. I'm not sure it's exactly the same time. Because I played this all in like a span of a day, so it's just like I might be mixing two things up together. But I thought that was really cool. I also really liked that we forgot to mention the fucked up poems, I guess, because there's only a couple of them that are really messed up.
The Yuri one got
like
fucked up.
Papa one.
Did
you get the Papa one? Yeah, that one's fucked up. Did you see the Papa one?
No, I didn't. I didn't follow Natsuki's shit at all, so I didn't even know anything about her father.
I didn't get Natsuki's either.
Afterwards.
No, I didn't get Natsuki's either, but I got the secret poem. Like, as you, like, later on you get secret poems and you can accept them. I got one where she's just talking about, like, Papa's nice, Papa, whatever. It's not even, I don't know if it's Natsuki's, I'm assuming, so.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but I didn't get any of that story about her dad. Because I'm like, I didn't hate Natsuki. I knew she'd be that kind of character where she's like, I don't like you. What is that called?
Tsundere.
Whatever.
Yeah,
what he
brat.
said. A little shit. That's what it's called in Japan, actually.
No, immediately, and it kind of sucks because like immediately, I was against Natsuki 100%, and Sayori kind of bugged me too. It took me a little while to grow on. It took me a little while to grow on her because she was kind of just too uppity, like kind of like what you hate about Tracer, just kind of like too uppity and too kind of like about everything and everything's so good. And I'm like, and then she started talking a little bit more, and I'm like, all right, I respect a lot more about her.
Yeah, I like Yuri. I went with Yuri, even though she's fucking insane, I guess. Whatever. I guess they're all insane, technically, because of fucking Monica.
I did, again, and I like having everything open. You know what was cool is I somehow figured out, I tested out Steam in-home streaming. So what I did is I loaded up on my Surface and streamed it to my Mac. But I got confused because I had my files open on my Surface, thinking that okay, it's streaming on there. It did the files on my Mac though, which is weird because it doesn't run on Mac. It's on Catalina, so it doesn't actually run on there, which is why I didn't do it. But so it threw me off when I was like, you know what? Just in case, I'm gonna keep the files up here. And sure enough,
that's why you wanted us to have two fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted us two monitors. Okay.
And that was cool. Because it surprised me even though I'm expecting it. I was like looking at my Surface. I'm like, all right, when are you gonna fucking pop up? And then sure enough, the day like right before or like presumably as it's happening, you get the first file, which is the Happy Thoughts picture, and it popped up on Mac. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Plus, there's if you're paying attention to the background when Sayori hangs herself, there's like a line of
It tells you
file path. Yeah.
essentially to go.
Oh yeah.
There's a file path that has a text file that gets created at that point too. That is Monica being like, "Yep, I had to get rid of that bitch."
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you read any of the files, Gore?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
So when you play through the game, there's actual text files that pop up.
I didn't have the files out with me, so I only went
okay.
into that when at the end when she went.
Gotcha. Yeah, you missed a lot of things then. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know I had to do that.
Yeah, that's why he was saying that because as the game goes on, so like when Sayori killed herself, Sayori's file's gone.
Yeah, I figured that.
And then as it goes on, you have more text. Like as I was saying, when Yuri kills herself, like literally right before she killed herself, a text pops up. When you say like, you know what, I want to spend the weekend with Yuri. Monica's like, all right, you know what, fine. She walks out, and then a text pops up that says, "Have a nice weekend," and all exclamation marks. And then like literally right after that is when Yuri kills herself, and you spend the whole weekend with her.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know I had to do that. So I'll look at that later, I guess. Because all David said was like,
you can look it up too, and there's you can probably look it up online to see what files.
Is that there the entire time? Like
No, they go away after
the end.
beats.
No, I'm talking about are they there like throughout the entire runtime?
No, they will happen when things happen.
Things happen.
Yeah, so like usually a new day will probably bring a new file there, and it'll be Monica talking to herself like, I don't know why you're not paying attention to me. Like I'm making them as fucking unlikable as I can, but you're not paying attention to me.
And do those start at a certain point, or is that in the beginning?
The first
of the
one,
game too? Like, you'll just get text.
The very first one happens the morning of the festival, when Sayori killed herself.
Okay.
Before you actually see it, that's
like
when it happens, and then right after that is when the other text files are happening.
Okay,
they come kind of consistently, but it's cool. That's why he was saying to keep another file open, because you can actually see in real time as these files pop up and as they go away and disappear.
I didn't know that's what he meant by a file.
Yeah, you keep the file manager up where the game locator's at.
Yeah. For me, the other things that kind of stand out, the only other two that I haven't mentioned yet, is Natsuki is the only one that technically doesn't have a death scene. She does have a scene where she'll like snap her own neck and run away, but she doesn't really have like.
I didn't get that shit.
So
I got her throwing up and fucking run away.
Yeah, so you know how like Yuri stabs herself, right? Does that?
Yeah. The other one, if you romance her.
Yeah, Natsuki's, and she's talking to you, and all of a sudden she just turns her fucking neck and just.
I didn't want to really know that. Now what happens in the game? It's fucking well. You told me.
That's a whole route though. That's a whole like you have to spend the whole.
Oh no, I'm gonna go through the game again. That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were just going
yeah, I'm gonna go through the game again and do everything that I missed.
Oh, there's more shit to it though.
There's a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't do her route, so I'm gonna do hers.
And the other thing that kind of stands out to me is honestly the kind of what proceeds to kind of Sayori killing herself of, you spend the weekend with someone else, and then she's like, oh, hey, weird seeing you guys both at your house. And just that kind of heart-wrenching kind of conversation that follows, and knowing that regardless of which option you choose of either sticking with the girl that, you've been investing all the time in, or be like, no, Sayori, you're the one I really want to be with, that it's too late, or it's potentially the thing that sends her finally over the edge is kind of haunting.
It was so obvious what was going to happen when that was there, but
I didn't think she was going to kill herself like that.
I knew it. Like the second,
I thought there was going to be something.
I thought it was going to happen the first time you walk into her house. But
oh yeah.
But when she says like that thing is like, do you love me or just a friend? I was like, well, shit.
I said
no, I didn't. I'm not gonna fucking lie to her, but I was like, yeah.
I wasn't lying. I do.
You're a liar.
I don't love any of them, to be fair.
I gotta stick with my purple-haired goth girl, but
yeah, go ahead and get murdered.
That's hot though.
No, she only murders herself. It's fine.
Yeah, I know, but wait, did you pick you love? Well, you said I love you, right? I said
to Yuri.
To Yuri, yeah. You said I love you, and she still killed herself.
Well, no, I've gone through all of the game entirely, but
she does something different if you say you love her. Because I said I don't love her.
No, she does the same thing.
She kills herself. Okay, that's what I assumed because I had a feeling like this is definitive. Like,
But that's kind of what I was saying.
Whatever
It's
choice.
just kind of haunting that knowing that your choice doesn't matter, but it has a kind of different implication either
Right.
way.
yeah, because like, yeah, she kills herself if you don't love her because you don't love her, and she kills herself if you do love her because like, fucking finally, I have nothing else to live for. He loves me. Fuck it.
I look at it more as like it kind of happened too late kind of thing, where she was looking this whole time, in the beginning of the game, talks about how, she's been kind of codependent on you and she wanted you to get integrated so that way she could make everyone happy, and keeps putting herself further and further in the back because
no.
she wants everyone else to be happy. So it has that implication of what's happening there. But
I meant Yuri. I was talking about.
oh,
Yuri.
gotcha.
No, Sayori, I definitely understood, like, because it was too late. Yeah, but Yuri was like, she kill herself either way, right? If you say you love her, or you don't love her. Yeah, that's what I figured. I said I don't love her because I was just like, I don't.
Yeah,
and then she was like, I was like, fuck. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Like, and she dies. I'm like, I didn't mean it.
Wait, are you still breathing? No, all right, yeah.
Yeah, how you kick her on the foot to see if she was. Yeah,
Gore does patent.
I did actually. I'm pretty sure I did.
All right.
I did that a
What does it
few
mean?
times.
Well,
Well, me.
I think that's that. Unless you guys have any other last second tidbits about
Where's
this.
my guns? I cut it off.
All right.
It was great.
For
It was a great
next
game.
month.
I know what
for,
it is. Can I say it? I know what it is.
Yeah, I'll say it. So for December 26th, I got my choice. And Gore, what is it?
Is it Inside?
It's Inside.
Yeah,
And
that's
hopefully, if things work out, I'll get my fucking collector's edition sometime.
perfect. Oh, with the sex doll in
Yeah, with a sex doll in it.
it. Do you want to tell that story? I don't know if you.
So I ordered the.
We've talked about it on the podcast before.
I
did we?
ordered, yeah, but this is gonna be a separate thing anyway. So
No,
whatever.
refresher. Yeah, refresher.
So last summer, before I actually went on my trip, which was like a really bad decision to make to spend so much money,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
they were like, hey, yo, we got an Inside Collector's Edition. I'm like, oh, I'm there. Inside's one of my favorite games of all time, so for sure. And $375. I'm like, oh, well, what is it? And they're like, we're not gonna tell you. I'm like, oh. And they're like, all we're gonna tell you is it's we partnered up with Play Doll, which is a sex doll, sex toy company, and that's all we're gonna tell you. And I'm like,
yeah.
and if you play the game, you know what it is. You 100% know what it is.
You're gonna want to put this inside.
Now they haven't said it, so but I mean like even the hints and they sent me an email. I forget how many months back.
I think like 3-4 months ago was the last update.
I think even earlier than that, but they sent me an email. They sent me an email saying, "Hey, we're still working on it," and they had like a silhouette, and we're like, "We know what it is." But it was supposed to come Q4 this year, I think, or it's 2019. So I hope it's still on
Okay.
track. Presumably by the
Christmas.
time we
Christmas Eve.
presumably by the time
power up?
we do, I know I was looking up because I was curious about it, and someone asked them like maybe a week ago, like, "Hey, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna tell us what it is?" And I am maybe
Oh.
just put the eyes there, the side, the eyes looking on the side.
I mean, at this point, you might as well not know until you get it, right?
I mean, no, but I mean,
It's
I know,
obvious.
I would bet
Sure.
my cat I know exactly what it is.
Oh, sure. I'm sure
And
it's like when
you
I
guys
play
will
it.
know exactly
Yeah,
what
I'm
it
sure.
is too.
I'm sure, right when I fucking play the game, I'll be like I'll get to whatever it is. I'll be like, that's the statue
Yeah,
or whatever.
and
I'm assuming it's a statue.
for the record, if whoever I marry is gonna have to be okay with this thing being there, because Lord knows. That's the only thing I'm gonna tell you is
The big vagina.
I will. This thing is gonna scare people.
All right, you can just tell me it's a vagina monster.
Yeah, it's a vagina monster, baby.
Nothing scarier
Inside,
than the vagina.
inside, the spiritual I can never say it. Spiritual successor to Limbo.
Yeah.
One of my also one of my favorite games of all time. Inside being one of my top 5 of all time. I hate that it came out the same year as Overwatch, because in any other year, Overwatch would have been a slam dunk game of the year, like for sure. But Inside was like there, and it was like immediately stuck with me because that just Inside got me into indie games the way it is too.
2016 was too good of a year.
2020,
Overwatch,
baby.
Doom, Uncharted 4. I guess that.
I guess that.
I haven't played
I
it.
guess.
So I haven't played it. I can't say yes.
Yeah, so we're doing Inside December 26th, and as we said, we're gonna put the polls up
I
right
actually
away.
already put it up.
Yeah.
You want
Cool,
to
so-
know what's winning so far?
What's winning?
Not yours. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, it has 63% so far out of 83 votes. So I think it looks like we're going to be playing Bloodstained.
We'll see. So, but
you know what? This is good to know because it's obviously going to win, so we might as well just play it now. So there you go.
You never know. But
no, I know.
Yeah. So the polls are up by the time you're doing it. Go vote anything besides Bloodstained. Just fuck David. No, all these games are fine. Like I agree. I played 2 of them, so Bloodstained's
obviously
the one
I'm a
game I
fan of
haven't played. So
the only thing I will say is that Curse of the Moon might be the least interesting to talk about. That's all I'll say. Not that it's a bad game.
Just does.
No, I think David, even though he doesn't like What Remains, there's a lot of story in both that and Beginner's Guide. At least I'm assuming. Where Bloodstained, there's really not much. Really is.
David's gonna have to dig up some shit for that.
It'll be a quick one. I mean, it's supposed to be a quick one anyway. So
yeah, it's like 2 hours. If
just a precursor.
Yeah. No, I mean it's gonna be a quick discussion.
Oh yeah.
Just a precursor for January. That's Gore's month. There's nothing coming out that month, so prepared for a big gun.
Big gun. I'm about to bring out the fucking shotguns, baby. The fucking super shotgun.
Adrian, pick the biggest game you can for March.
No. When I say big, I'm gonna bring big as in good. I don't mean like fucking.
Well, you can't.
Like,
I think that's the month you can get away with it.
I don't think so, because I that's gonna be a month I want to kind of go back and play whatever I missed in 2019. And I'm gonna have all these games for fucking like.
Honestly, it'd be a good opportunity for like Doom 2016.
Just all these games I got.
Just throw them away.
No, I'm gonna throw
with that said, also Blue Rupees, we are gonna be doing some cool last game of the decade stuff like that sort of list, probably retrospectives. I really wanted to go back and do like, all right, let's talk about the years individually and kind of break into it, but that's kind of just a little bit too much on the plate right now with what we're doing.
How about we should still do that, but like do like rapid fire, like just what your favorite game is from each at the end when we're done talking about
I had a hard enough time picking 10 just overall from the decade. So
I mean, just like from each year, just look at what you would say is your favorite from each year. I could do that. I could do that easily. Do like 5 of those years right now.
No, I really, if we had more spin-off time and doing all that, I think it would be nice to do like a Blue Rupees Presents like decade stuff, like decade retrospective stuff like that. We got a lot on our plate right now, and we're all trying to get through with a bunch of the games at the end of the year as it is. I'm also trying to catch up on movie shits too, so I'm not gonna say we're gonna do that yet, but maybe in January. I don't think that's a bad time too, especially because now that the decade's actually over, we can actually go back and confidently do all that stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, so that was Games Gone By for our Blue Rupees podcast. Doki Doki Literature Club. Fucked up. Thanks, David, for fucking everything up.
Yeah, for fucking. Thanks for fucking, man.
Anytime.
Hey,
go vote on what game we're gonna be playing this next month. Go check out Inside. I think every game right now that we mentioned is on sale on Steam right now too. So if you guys are into that, go for it. I think all those games.
Check it out.
You're not gonna go wrong unless you're David. Hate fucking meaningful games with good stories.
Well, he loves Doki Doki, which is weird. I guess he just doesn't like the walking aspect of the
game.
Look at him. Does he look like he walks?
Oh, he looks like he
I lift, bro.
Cities.
I don't walk.
He does cities. I bet you've never done a burpee in your life.
What's a burpee, David?
What's a burpee? It's what I do whenever I play game with soda.
Goodbye.
Watch my Doki Doki playthrough. I burp like every 5 fucking minutes.